Hi YouTube, welcome to another edition of HorrorHands, and for this video I'm going to be talking about Possession. So I watched this at the start of the week. I've seen a few films this week but I haven't had time to review them. But I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about this one because out of everything that I've watched this week, this has certainly been the most interesting film. It's a very, very bizarre film, very weird. Very little is explained in terms of what's going on and what the story is actually about. You're kind of left to just interpret it really. But essentially what it's about is this crumbling marriage between Sam Neill and Isabella Dajani. And again, it's not really explained, but Sam Neill comes back from doing this job for the government and he finds that his wife has left him. She's very open and says she's seen someone new, but they do tend to spend a lot of time together still. They have a young son together and they spend quite a bit of time cohabiting. However, when they are together, they just sort of descend into screaming at each other. It often gets a bit violent. Even there's scenes of self-harm as well. So it's a really toxic, kind of dysfunctional relationship that they have. And then later on in the film, I'm not giving anything away, but it emerges that Isabella Dajani's character, she's not actually seeing another guy. She's hooked up with like this weird, slimy, tentacled monster that she keeps in this dingy apartment on the outskirts of town. It's filmed in Berlin, so on the outskirts of Berlin. And then there's kind of a little bit like Hellraiser element to it, whereas in Hellraiser, the Julia character was keeping Frank in the attic and kind of providing him with victims for him to feed on. Seems that Isabella Dajani is keeping this creature in this place, and anyone that's unfortunate to go into the apartment gets killed by this strange monster creature. So the film, as I say, effectively it's about their marriage and their really kind of intense descent into madness, and also this strange creature that she has in her life as well. Apart from that, the rest of it is all kind of up for interpretation. But I have to say the standout thing about this film is the performance between Sam Neill and Isabella Dajani. They really do give this kind of next level portrayal of craziness. They portray themselves in this like hysteric fashion where you just sometimes you're genuinely convinced that they are losing their mind. They're sort of screaming and shouting at each other, and it's really intense and it's really distressing in quite a few scenes because it's like nothing I've ever seen. It's so intense. It's the most realistic and convincing portrayal of extreme mental breakdown that I've ever seen. So the film's really quite notable for that aspect. It's difficult to kind of talk about what this movie is about or give it any kind of recommendation because, like I say, there's no kind of clear narrative as to what's going on in this film. It's very, very weird, very arty. So it's difficult to say sort of really what you can expect, and also difficult to recommend because this film really does seem to divide people's opinion. It's probably gives the most divided opinion of any film that I've ever seen. I did quite a bit of research and read quite a few reviews of the film after I'd watched it, and I've seen reviews ranging from this saying that this is like an artistic masterpiece to saying it's pretentious crap. I personally lean towards it being an artistic masterpiece. I was able to kind of see the merit in this film, despite it being very bizarre, very distressing, kind of almost refusing to give any kind of clarity as to what's going on, and being quite disturbing in places. I did enjoy it, and I found quite a lot of merit in the filmmaking and particularly the acting and things like that. Also as well, just to give some kind of idea of the scope of opinion that this film creates, when it was first released in the UK, it was banned and removed from British shelves, whereas at the same time it was nominated for awards at the Cannes Film Festival, and in fact Isabella Gianni did actually win Best Actress for her portrayal in this film. So just kind of gives you an idea of how different of opinions this movie actually creates. But I enjoyed it. I'd actually like to watch it again, and it's quite a long film. It's over 2 hours, but I think there's certainly things that I missed in this film, kind of subtle things that I think would you kind of connect up the story a bit more on repeated viewings. So I think it is one that demands a few viewings to really maybe get a grasp on what's happening. But yeah, hard to recommend because it's certainly not for everyone. But there will be people out there that definitely enjoy this and see this for the kind of artistic thing that it is. So yeah, that's what I thought of Possession. If you've seen this one, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. I'd be very interested to know what other people's interpretation of this film is. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.